Hey everybody, Russ Leonardi again. What I just played there was a hi-hat exercise that I came up with a long time ago for some of my beginning students who were just starting to experiment with two-handed playing on the hi-hat as opposed to just keeping the beat or keeping time with one hand. What this exercise does is it forces you to do hi-hat barks that land with the right hand and land with the left hand, also accenting them with the bass drum so you get the feel of hitting the bass drum under the right hand and under the left hand as well. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll explain it. Unfortunately, I don't at the moment have a way of putting notation up on the video. Eventually, I will. I hope. But in the meantime, I'll explain it to you a little bit. But just bear in mind, it's straight 16th notes. What I'm doing. The snare is going to play on 2 and 4 on the first 3 measures. The last measure, there's no snare. It's just all hi-hat barks, and most of them are on the off beats, like on the E's and the U's of the 16ths. Okay, I think the best way for me to show it to you is just play it a few times very slowly. So hopefully you can follow along with it. Maybe try to do it at home while watching the video. Okay, so here goes. Okay, hopefully you'll get a bit of a feel for that, where I'm hitting it. The hi-hat's opening on 1, and then it's opening on an and then the E's of the measures. Okay, so that's why you have that kind of off-time feel about it. Actually, I have my little cheat sheet here. I can read it to you. I can show it to you. But anyway, it's the snare, as I said, is on 2 and 4. The bass drums are following the hi-hat barks or playing simultaneously with the hi-hat barks. Okay, so what I have in the first measure, it's opening on 1 and the of 2. The second measure, the 1 and the of 2, and it's also opening on the E of 3 and the E of 4. Okay, third measure is exactly like the first measure was. Opens on 1 and the of 2. And then the last measure, there is no snare, and it opens on the E of 1, the E of 2, the E of 3, and the E of 4. So that's where you get those 3 barks in a row. 3 E, E, okay? So you get those last 3 in a row, and then just repeat. So it's just a 4-measure phrase. Hopefully that'll give you a little bit of insight as to helping you to develop two-handed playing on the hi-hat. And force you to use your foot under the hi-hat bark. So you're kind of developing a little bit of 4-way independence there. You're opening the hi-hat with one foot while you're hitting the bass drum with the other foot, while you're using a hand you probably may not use normally to open the hi-hat or to hit with an open hi-hat. If you're left-handed, of course, reverse it. You're going to do the same. Everything's going to be in the same spot. It's just that what would be a right hand for me is going to be a left hand for you, and vice versa. Okay? Any questions, as always, contact me through my website, www.russleonardi.com. The email address, I believe, is fusionfunk@russleonardi.com. You can always email me, ask me questions. I'll be happy to help any way I can. All right? Practice. Definitely use a metronome. I know I sound like a broken record. Definitely use that metronome. This will help you a lot in developing a sense of feel for keeping steady time using 2 hands. Okay? We'll catch you next time. Adios.